Okay, welcome back, guys. It is the Learn from Experience podcast, and we're back at it again. I think it's the second recording of this year, actually. We're gonna get back into the swing of things again, start recording. We are gonna start off with maybe some an introduction, I guess, with us, since we got some new subscribers. I'm Beely Breezy. This is Circus Madness, my co-host.
Sometimes. Hello, everyone.
Sometimes, and our last recording, it was just me, solo Bree. I guess, introduce me a little bit. I love creative things. I love doing things that make me feel uncomfortable, and this podcast sometimes gets me uncomfortable. No, I'm kidding. Anyway.
Even though it sounds about right.
Yeah, it does sound about right. But also makes me excited, makes me passionate, and I don't know. I love helping people out wherever I can. I think that's like kind of my purpose in life. And I think this is my outlet to do that. So I hope you guys stay and watch, and you guys continue following this channel. And I also hope I get to hear from you guys some more. Whoever is listening, who, likes to follow but not really likes to be, in the side. Appreciate you either way. Just some I guess some life updates. I got a new car. So had to focus on a lot of other things instead of posting and editing. And so just that was just a priority of mine. Finally got a new car. Got to do still a few more things, but yeah. Been busy but been productive. Another update, I guess, would be I did say in the previous episode, that I would be putting out an episode about reason and emotions, and I actually decided not to. I think we're gonna revisit that episode again. So still keep your hopes up that you'll see something very similar to that episode. I just felt like it was such an old recording, and I didn't really like how it really turned out. So my heart wasn't really in it. So I felt more excited to try to actually start doing new things. So here we are. We're starting up recording, and I'm more excited than before. And here we go. The episode of today is chosen by none other our very own Circus Madness.
I think it's going to be a good topic.
Yeah. Want to introduce it?
The topic for today is going to be jealousy. Wataku and I had a conversation about that kind of feeling or emotion, and having expressed it, I don't think I've ever really felt jealousy. Could be wrong, I don't know. Sometimes it can be a difficult emotion to go through, and I thought it was going to be something we can talk about.
Yeah. I'm like, I guess I'm just an average person. I've experienced jealousy before. Not the best of feelings, but it's a very human feeling. It's a very human emotion, so no shame in it, But it's also something you have to deal with, and you have to navigate just like any other emotion. And I guess, yeah, it's a really great topic. When I heard from Circus that he's never, in his own perspective and in his own words, he never felt jealousy, I was like astonished. I was like, you can't be serious. That's crazy. But you know what? There are stranger things in life. That's what I say.
If you think about it, jealousy is like one of the most basic human emotions. I would put it right behind things like anger and just general happiness or joy or just laughter.
Very primitive.
Makes any sense?
I would say it was one of the more primitive emotions for sure.
Yeah. So I guess we could start by defining jealousy.
Yeah, defining jealousy. Yeah, how would you define it?
I would say the closest I could describe it is having an emotion or feeling where you want or have feelings of envy towards what someone else has, can do, or something that they naturally are born with, or something like that. Like, sure. You can be jealous of someone being tall, you can be jealous of someone being attractive, you can be jealous of someone being naturally funny, for example. Or in terms of like possessions. You can be jealous of what someone has in terms of like their car, their house, their clothes, or something like that. Um, and then a little bit deeper than that, you can be jealous of someone's relationships. Either they have like a really kind-hearted, available family members, or personal romantic relationship that you either don't have or never really had a healthy version of, and it makes you feel a certain type of way about it.
Mm,
Like you would have a yearning for that type of thing.
mm.
Um, how would you? How would that add up to what you're? How do you think about it?
For me, yeah, I would actually, I would for a lot of those things, I probably would use the word envy instead of jealousy. I don't know. I've heard many different people and many different perspectives who have the thought process of like, hey, jealousy is something different than envy, and envy is when you want something that someone else has. Jealousy is like you are afraid that someone else is going to take what you have, what you believe is yours. So like so I don't know. That's what I heard, what jealousy versus envy is. I don't know. It could be like, to be honest, they could be synonymous. Who the heck knows? Actually, I might just pull it up here, like definitions, just to make it more clear. But my perspective has always been that like if you desire like something you don't have, which is either money, maybe, or even just character traits that you don't think you possess, or um like an environment or a situation that someone else has that you don't particularly have, like whether, yeah, it could be someone's car, it could be things, material, it could be um many, like different forms of things. It could be their physical traits, their um like personality traits, um could be their someone something like a relationship they have, it could be um, yeah, it could be any of those things, all of those things. But then there's jealousy where, in my experience, jealousy is like you feel like it's yours already, and then someone's gonna take it. So you get territorial or protective of it, and so you're like jealous of anyone. You're just really, like jealous that someone's jealous. The jealousy comes from like someone trying to take what you believe is yours. That doesn't mean it really is yours. It's just something that you've claimed in your head. So it could be like you have a crush on somebody, and so that your crush is talking to another person, and you're like, no, he's mine, or she's mine, but you guys are not really together. So you have like a jealousy that isn't really founded, anywhere. Um, it could be friendship too. Like it could be like, I don't want you like talking to my friend because I don't want my friend to be close to anyone but me. That the territorialness, or um, I don't know. I've only ever really seen jealousy in terms of relationships, so I don't really know if there's jealousy in any other terms. But yeah, let me quickly pull this up, like the an actual definition. Let's see. Okay, so I pulled it up. Here you go. While the terms are often used interchangeably, envy is wanting what someone else has, while jealousy is the fear of losing something you already possess to someone else. Yeah, basically what I said. Awesome.
Ah,
I'm not a good thing I'm on my game today. Look at that, son. No, I'm kidding.
well,
No, I'm
that
kidding.
puts me in a kind of position because if you describe it that way, kind of like how you've been saying, it makes me feel like I want to double down on how I just don't believe I've ever really felt that way.
Either one,
I could
jealousy or
say,
envy.
yeah, either one.
Oh wow.
Especially not envy. I've never wanted what someone else has.
Mm,
The moment I ever saw something that someone else has, and like I felt like, oh, I want that. It's always been feeling of like I want to do whatever I can or better myself in order to attain it for myself. Like I'm perfectly capable of getting that if I want it.
mm, yeah.
When it comes to relationships, I mean, if I try to really think way back, maybe as like a child, if there was ever times that I felt like I didn't want someone to be friends with someone I was friends with, or I was have a crush or was in a relationship with a girl and not wanting them to like speak to or do anything like that. Uh, no, not really. I can understand if you could say that me being territorial, because I am kind of territorial when
Yeah.
it comes to relationships, being that way, but it's never from a position of fear. It's more like from a position of like I want to protect the person,
Yeah, yeah.
right? And ultimately, if they like show me signs that they are just moving on or whatever, it can be really hard for me, and I can feel hurt or betrayed. But it's always like quickly followed up with like I'm just going to dissociate and just like
Basically
go somewhere else.
come to terms like from a, in quiet. Come to terms in quiet
I,
and accept it.
I know it's weird for a lot of guys, but
Yeah.
that whole thing where like you want to fight for the girl and stuff like that, I would fight for a woman, absolutely. I would go to the ends of the earth if I felt like that person was worth it. But in business terms, as far as I'm concerned, I signed a non compete. I'm not going to try to gain the affections or the love of a woman that has multiple suitors or guys trying to get at her. I'd rather just like, okay, you want to, hedge your bets or, see who's the best one. Nah, I'm just gonna go over there. The
Yeah.
the only time I can give a slight caveat that I could say, I guess what I was feeling was jealousy is if I've already been in a relationship with the person for like let's say a couple of years, and it really makes me feel like different varying feelings of anger, resentment, or sadness if the person is like leaving. But then I would just call that like just being angry and upset over the
That's
person
not yeah,
leaving, not necessarily
that's not
being
jealous.
jealous.
I don't think that's jealousy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lastly, I guess when it comes to my possessions, I have things, and some of them could be considered luxury items that people typically won't buy them. Uh, like I have motorcycles, and those are unless you use it as your main commuter, they're luxury items, things that you use for
Mm,
vacationing or for weekend trips, like, or is it like fishing gear or sports gear, like say
mm.
boxing stuff or skateboards, shit like that. I come to terms very quickly with the idea of losing them, or even like if I actually have lost things before in the past, I quickly reach acceptance. Like, all right, I lost it. It was stolen, or it's gone, or I misplaced it somewhere. It's all right. I should have been better at taking care of my stuff,
Mm.
and I quickly recover, move on, or whatever.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, interesting.
So I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, for sure. I it's hard for me to contemplate. Like it's hard for me to grasp that concept, that reality that you never experienced that, but I believe you when you say it. It's just very foreign to me.
Well, it could be that I've experienced it, but just in such a low quantity that I contemplated as having not experienced it. Because when I look around me and like my life, and when I see it on TV or whatever, that someone feels jealous, they behave in completely different ways when it comes to how they feel about it than I guess I would.
Sure,
If
like
that
but
makes sense.
there's many different ways someone could react to jealousy or react to envy in different ways.